Alright guys, what's up? It's your boy gamertag back at you guys with another video in the crew 2. Now for today's video, we are in this beautiful Maserati Gran Turismo, and we are going to be doing a launch control tutorial. Well, also at the end, I'm going to do a little bonus surprise. You guys can tell by the title of this video. But anyhow, I'm just going to head over to the drag strip, which is, not really too far to head, considering the fact that it's right over here. But before I start really doing any launches or anything like that, I'm going to go into my pro settings, and I'm going to change it up just a little bit. As you guys can see, right now when it comes to stats, like with my power and stuff like that, I'm not crazy. 667 brake horsepower, which is not the greatest amount, but it's decent. Maybe I would say that's about maybe 730 maybe to the crank horsepower. So for the wheels, 667 isn't too bad, I guess, for a mildly upgraded car. But before I show you guys the method of launch control, I'm just gonna do a regular launch and see how to let you guys see the difference between the regular launch and the launch control launch. But as you guys can see right there in the second gear, it didn't hold us back a lot, but it slightly hold us back just a little bit. The second gear right there. So once you're out of that, the car is pulling pretty strong. Although you guys will see with the launch control, it pulls stronger, but it's still pulling not too bad. And the reason that I'm using this car for example is because it's not too overpowered or anything like that. It's mildly powered, so just to show that the launch control method does work. Because if I'm doing an OP car, then it's obviously gonna work. It's gonna be fast either way. But for this method, you're gonna hold down the brake. You're not gonna want to mash the gas, obviously, because then you start doing a burnout. But you're just gonna partially apply the throttle a little bit, and then just get it until you get it into the desired rev range, which is gonna be, well, first you're definitely gonna have to have that green light, the little green light on. And you're gonna have to have it at least, I would say the optimal point for launching is between 5 and 6 RPMs in the game. Obviously in real life it's like 3 or 4, but when you launch it from about the mid-range between 5 and 6, it gets off. And just like that. Although I don't know why in this car it just held us back right there at the 4th RPM. It just held us back. I don't know why it held us back so far like that. But once it was off of that, this car is just flying. It seems like it's pulling way harder to me. And although this time we don't take off the top speed, because this time we stopped way earlier than the end. Alright, so you guys see the launch control with this car. I'm just gonna do it with maybe 2 more cars, just so you guys can see that it's kind of universal for each car. Although I don't know about drift, honestly. But I know for hypercar, street race, it works. So now for the Ferrari, we're not gonna. I think the pro settings are already good on this car, and I don't think it has. I might have 1 or 2 upgrades. So I'm not exactly too sure, but it's not too crazy either. So we're just gonna start off right off with the launch control. We're not gonna do a regular launch because you guys already saw it. So here we go. Alright, this is exactly what you want. You want the car to be pulling stronger than you usually would. Once you get to the other side, I'll give you guys a short example of what it's like launching regular. But this is what you want. You want this car to be moving like this. And yes, I'm slowing down really early, but yeah, this is what you want from this car. You want it to be moving like this. Alright, so now I'm just gonna do really quick. I'm just gonna do a regular launch just so you guys can show, just like 3rd gear, something small, not too crazy. But alright, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So with this car, with the Gran Turismo, it did it when I was doing the launch control method. I don't know why. I can't use it to do it again. I was trying to get it to do it again for you guys, but at like 2 RPM, it might have been above 2 RPMs, maybe like 3. It held the car just went for a short amount of time and just slightly stopped the RPMs like that. So this is some of the advantages that you get when you go with the launch control method. Okay, so now for the launch control, this is going to be the last car we use, just to show you guys that it really does work on a variety of cars. We're going to try it on this Hellcat, which is also mildly upgraded to 728 brake horsepower. We already have our pro settings done for that. So I'm saying this car is about maybe 780 maximum to crank max. possibly 800, but I'm not really too sure. Alright, so this car, same thing right off the bat. We're just gonna do the launch control. Although this car, you actually are gonna want to launch it lower because its red line is like 6 RPMs, 8 RPMs. So you're gonna, yeah, the loud line is 6 RPMs. So you're gonna want to launch this car from a lower standpoint. So I say you're still in the green zone. I would say you launch it from about maybe 4 RPMs or possibly 5 the max. And then it's off. I mean, I don't know why with this car it doesn't show as drastic of a difference with this car, but you end up using the nitrous, which is the good thing about this game, is if you need the nitrous, then it's right there. Yeah, so you guys see it. It works on a lot of different cars, as you guys can see. And that's basically the point I wanted to show you guys. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that launch control. Now I'm just gonna switch it up a little bit. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna show you guys how to rip some of the biggest burnouts. So usually in other games you keep it in first gear. I'm not sure if this works in Forza and stuff like that as well. I mean, you guys can try it if you want, but don't take my word for this if it's gonna work. But what I do in this game is you're gonna want to do the same thing. You're just gonna want to hold it for first gear. Just gonna hold the brake and the gas and just spam it for first gear. And then once you get a decent amount of smoke, you're gonna go into second, and the car still keeps spinning. And then you could use a rolling burnout and just go. Although that's obviously not good for drag racing, you wouldn't be going too fast. And you guys can see I didn't change any pro settings or anything like that, and it still works great. Alright, now back into our Ferrari. It also works in different cars as I'm trying to show. So with the Ferrari, I mean, you might not get this crazy amount of smoke. You still get something decent. It still smokes up pretty decent, and then you still do the rolling burnout and go. So that's basically the point I was trying to show you guys, other than the launch control. Those are the two things that I wanted to show you guys. And honestly, I mean, I think it's pretty cool. Nothing too, well, the launch control is pretty good, but this isn't anything too drastic. It's just something small that you can enjoy with your friends or whatever. But if you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Slap that like button, subscribe, and share. But until the next one, peace!